So let's talk about the four invisible blocks that might be quietly draining your power. I mean, these are the hidden hurdles that can seriously stop you from reaching your potential, and by the end of this, you're gonna see them crystal clear. You know that feeling, right? You've got all this ambition, you've got the goals, the drive, but something you just can't put your finger on feels like it's holding you in place. You're putting in all the work, but you're just spinning your wheels, not getting the traction you know you deserve. Let's figure out why. Well, a lot of the time, that feeling traces back to four really common, totally invisible blocks. They're the hidden hurdles that quietly just sap your power. And once we can name them, that's when we can start to dismantle them. Okay, first up is a big one, the inner critic. This is that negative story we tell ourselves, a narrative that almost always boils down to one simple, powerful idea: I'm not enough. Here's the thing you have to get about the inner critic. It's not some force out there in the world, it's an internal voice. You can think of it like a governor on a race car engine, you know? It's automatically limiting how far you can go, all based on a story you just kind of accepted as true. And this is exactly how it plays out in real life. On one hand, you've got the reality. You totally have the skills. But then, on the other hand, you have that story the inner critic is whispering. And that nagging little question, who would ever listen to me? Well, that could be powerful enough to stop you dead in your tracks. So here's the crucial reframe. That negative thought, it isn't a fundamental truth about who you are. It's just faulty programming, bad software running in the background. And what's the great thing about bad software? It can be identified, it can be questioned, and you can absolutely update it. All right, let's move on to our second block. This one is the outsourced judge. This is that heavy, paralyzing weight that comes from constantly, obsessively worrying about what other people are going to think. This block is all about outsourcing your own worth. Instead of acting from what you believe in, you find yourself constantly scanning the room, trying to guess what's going to get you approval. You're not standing in your own power, you're standing in their shadow. Oh man, how many of us have been right here? This is the outsourced judge in action. The fear of an imagined reaction, looking silly, being wrong, is somehow more powerful than the potential of your actual great idea. In that one moment, you literally give your power away to the made-up opinions in the room. Okay, block number 3 is the energy leak. If you think of your personal power like a fully charged battery, this block is like a short circuit, a constant, slow drain that always leaves you feeling depleted. And this all comes down to one word: boundaries. You can't be a powerhouse if you're letting everyone else plug into your grid whenever they want. Every single time you say yes to something that isn't your priority, you are saying no to your own energy reserves. The cycle is so simple and honestly devastatingly common. A request comes in, a feeling of obligation kicks in, and you agree even though your gut is screaming no. And the result? Your power, your energy, and your time, they all just leak away. And that brings us to our fourth and final block, the past's anchor. This one is all about being held back, not by what's happening today, but by unprocessed emotional baggage from your past. I mean, think about it. If you're still fuming about something that happened 5 years ago, you are spending today's precious, finite energy on a battle that is already over. It is a massive drain on your power right now, in the present. And you have to remember this. That anchor, it doesn't punish anyone else. It only holds your ship in place, preventing you from sailing into your own future. Letting it go isn't about them, it's about freeing yourself. So there they are, the inner critic, the outsourced judge, the energy leak, and the past's anchor. Now that we can see them, let's figure out which one of these might be your main hurdle right now. So let's look at this again through the lens of these metaphors, right? Is your main issue that bad software of an inner critic running on a loop? Are you standing in a shadow, constantly worried about judgment? Or is there a short circuit draining your energy, or maybe a heavy anchor holding you to the past? Now listen, if you recognized yourself in any of these descriptions, that is not a failure, that is a breakthrough. Seriously. You can't fix a problem you can't see. Just having this awareness is the most powerful first step you can take toward reclaiming your energy. So I'll leave you with this question. Just take a second. Be honest with yourself. Which one of these invisible blocks is the most active in your life right now? Because knowing the answer, that's where the real work and the real power begins.